The man has been charged with commandeering the homes of people who have died.
Yeah, investigators say the man targeted the properties of people with few, if any, immediate relatives and filed bogus papers with the clerk, even reselling at least one of those homes. WESH 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox joins us live in Altamont Springs right now. And Greg, this took a lot of teamwork to actually crack this case.
It really did. I mean, you had people who were noticing suspicious activity at a house next door that was supposed to be vacant. They were seeing one or two people going in and out, the grass being cut, for example. So they called code enforcement, which notified the fire department, and they had remembered they'd done a sick call there for a woman who later died. So they, of course, notified the police department, and the detectives did the legwork to lead to an arrest. The garage door delivers a loud and clear message, accusing Samuel Bellamy of being a scammer and fraudster, according to whomever wrote this. And now, according to Altamont Springs Police, he's charged with 8 felony counts, including 3 for forgery and 3 for fraudulent statements to allegedly take ownership of the properties of deceased homeowners. He was living in and doing lawn and tree work at the house at 527 Greenbrier Boulevard in Altamont Springs. That's a photo of him standing outside. And this is video provided by a neighbor of a vehicle from the home being towed away, for which he is also now charged with grand theft. Neighbors who knew the woman who lived there had died earlier this year called authorities, and in September shot video of deputies evicting and arresting Bellamy. Arrest records show Bellamy filed fraudulent paperwork to assume ownership of the house, and it's still in his name.
It angers me.
Shannon Castro was good friends with the woman who passed away and helped provide information to investigators.
To me, that's despicable. It takes a certain kind of person to do that. And I have absolutely no respect for him or any of his cohorts that were involved in this.
Property records further revealed a deed on this home at 629 Spring Oaks Boulevard, and Bellamy filed a deed for this house at 319 Hermit's Trail and then quickly sold it.
It just requires a really bad person who would be willing to take advantage of a situation like that.
City Manager Frank Martz says credit really goes to the neighbors who were watching properties they knew to be vacant, and says that neighbor-to-neighbor contact really helped crack this case.
There are really shining examples of people caring about other people, and the neighbors and residents in this community, it wasn't just one person, it was a number of people who said this is wrong and shouldn't be happening to our neighbor.
I reached out to Bellamy both by email and phone. He did not return our messages. He has an arraignment coming up next month. And it's also important to note that he's also being sued in Orange County Circuit Civil Court for an alleged similar scheme there to try to take control of a home. Covering Seminole County, live in Altamont Springs, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.